Well, it's that time of year again. What's going on, guys? Kyle here from the Armchair GM Sports Network, here to talk to you guys about the NHL series, a new game that's being released in the NHL series, NHL 21, which EA just dropped a new trailer for, I guess, a cover athlete. And this year's athlete is none other than Alexander Ovechkin, which is the second time he's been on a cover of NHL. If you guys remember back at NHL 07, that was the last time he graced the cover of EA. So that's the second time, I believe, now that an NHL star has been on the cover twice. The first one being Jonathan Toews, and now Ovechkin being on the cover twice. I think it was an interesting decision by EA to choose Alexander Ovechkin. I honestly thought it was going to be Nathan MacKinnon. I've seen a lot of people in the Colorado Avalanche community that were pretty upset that it wasn't Nathan MacKinnon. Yeah, it ends up being Ovechkin, guys. I'm okay with it. I really don't mind. It's more the gameplay that obviously we're all wondering how they're going to change this year's game, and to see, most importantly, if we got any of that gameplay footage in the trailer that they released. I'm very interested to see how they change franchise mode. Obviously, with the franchise mode series that I've been doing, I'm more curious to see how the changes they're going to make to that, and I do have some news about that in this video of basically my review of what the trailer showed and some of the key features that were listed for this year's game. So let's start off with the trailer right off the bat here. I thought it was a pretty decent trailer. It was more like Ovechkin's career rather than anything else. There was very minimal gameplay in a sense that maybe we should have gotten more, but it was like highlighting Ovechkin's career from start to finish. I think this has something to do with the new Be A Pro they've revamped. They've kind of highlighted near the end of the trailer where it's this story mode. We're finally getting story mode back into Be A Pro, which I think a lot of people in the NHL community are happy about. I know there's a lot of you out there like me who are the GM Connected group that have been wanting this mode to come back to the NHL series for a long time now, but it does look like, unfortunately, that GM Connected will be gone for another year, and we probably won't see it until the new gen. NHL 22, I'm hoping, is a very, very big overhaul. I know that this game kind of looks like it's a big overhaul, being about 50 gigs in download if you're going to download the game without getting the disc. But nonetheless, this year's game looks like it's sure to be a action-packed game. A lot of changes to HUT, a lot of changes to franchise mode, now the big Be A Pro story mode. So I'm very excited. As for the trailer itself, I thought it was a pretty hype trailer. I enjoyed it. I loved the whole highlight of Alexander Ovechkin and his career, and that leading into the Be A Pro. I imagine we're going to get some sort of feature trailer later on the line like they've done in the past, and then hopefully we get a more detailed version of what this game is truly about. I have some notes here from what they've released so far in terms of this game, with some features that a lot of people, depending on where you are in the community, whether you're a HUT player or a franchise player, this will affect you in some way. So without further ado, let's get right into those features. Let's start with the first one. All right, so we're going to start with the Be A Pro, which is the most anticipated part, I think, of NHL 21 coming. A much-needed giant upgrade and a store mode being added to it. So it's saying here, after years being left in the dust, creative director William Ho said EA Vancouver pulled a ton of people and resources into upgrading Be A Pro. Fans want more immersive experience with narrative, choice that matter, and rewards for performing well. For this year, you'll be charting your own path to legend status by gunning for the Calder and Stanley Cup. It says you can choose to start in the CHL, NHL, or Europe, which is pretty cool. I'd love to start in Europe myself. That'd be pretty cool. And we'll be doing everything from managing the press to making promises to your coach. New scenes and conversation dialogue make these moments more intense than before, and you can have unique consequences. It's saying here, for instance, media scrums in the dressing room may allow you to make promises to build up your reputation, such as if you're going to come up with a big goal or you're already a front runner for the Calder Cup. Whatever your promise will lead to different objectives, like earning the first star next game. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that it gives you the fact that they're giving you more options to choose from throughout your story mode in NHL 21. And I really hope that there is a lot more options. It's not just the same 5 options, or if you take a certain option, it keeps going in the same direction. Maybe there's different changes. I hope they've integrated all that. that. I really hope that there's a lot of factors that are going into this with choosing your decisions as it looks like in the NBA Pro. EA Vancouver has said that they have hundreds of different story beats that cover all major moments, adding thousands and thousands of new lines for conversations with your agent, the media, GM, coach, and your teammates. So I guess you can talk to your teammates too. So I mean, is that saying that you can go over to your defenseman and be like, oh man, you're not doing good tonight. You got to step it up for me. I don't know. Hopefully that's something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Commentator James Cebulski now hosts his own sports talk radio show in the mode and will comment on how you're doing if you're living up to being a generational talent. But it does look like James Cebulski will be back as a commentator. I didn't mind him in NHL 20. A lot of people didn't really like him. New likability system is integral to your success. It comes in 3 forms: teammate, management, and brand. You'll take the opportunities to hang out with teammates to build your bond, as this means that are more likely to pass to you on the ice and make tape passes. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with like the other BA Pro modes where you can just call for the pass and the teammates would pass to you automatically. I don't know if this is going to have more of an effect on management. Likability influences earning more ice time and making your way onto special teams. Getting your brand likability up gives you your endorsement opportunities and salary bumps. But I think that's pretty cool with the management thing. Like if you perform well and you create a bond with management, they're more likely to play you on like the power play or PK, depending on what kind of player you are. And with the brand, you're more likely to get more salary bumps, which is pretty cool, and earn a bigger contract. They allow you to purchase perks to enhance abilities and other things that will influence likability meters, like a house party to impress your teammate. Yes, that's right. You heard me right. A house party. So they're giving you the option to throw a house party with your teammates. I wonder if that comes with consequences. Hopefully everyone is wearing a mask and being safe through this BA promo. Some other small tweaks along the way: a revamped hub allows you to access everything in a single screen, such as your next big event, likability rating, line score, and various objectives. Your progression is tracked after each game to show more than just the typical coach feedback, actually revealing how close you are to being promoted or demoted to a different line. Now, I think that's pretty cool. It shows you that you're close to being bumped off line 1 if you don't start performing well. I think everything they've added to this BA Pro kind of looks like they've done their due diligence and put a lot of effort and time into it. So I am very excited to do this BA Pro mode. I haven't played BA Pro in a long time, so I'm hoping for some big things for this BA Pro mode. So the next one has to do with HUT. They've had this thing called HUT Rush Rewards, and this is coming from a guy that's not a HUT player. I really never tried to play HUT. I maybe tried a couple of times, but I really couldn't get into it. So I'm not a HUT guy. For you HUT players out there, this might be something interesting. But with the new HUT Rush mode, it's more about your prowess. Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that right. New mode is HUT Rush, is more about your prowess to pull off stylish moves than grinding out a win. Damn, I really grinded that word out there. You get points for the more skillful moves you use, such as trying to score between the legs or pulling off one-handed deke goals. When you score, you get multipliers up to ×5 on the last 3 skills you used for a maximum of 15 or ×15 multiplier on a goal. It's all about finding the best combos to get the highest score. With all the points you rack up, they unlock bonus HUT items each week. But I think that's pretty cool. It's a nice perk for you HUT players, I guess, especially if you can get coins for like elite players and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool if you are one of those HUT players. But again, I'm not, so I don't know what to say more about that. They updated World of Chell. They've introduced club finals and the most asked about mode, practice mode. Finally, it's back in EA SHL. Finally, you get a mode to go test out those builds and just skate around and just get your team together and have a all-out team practice. I don't know, the teams in ESHL, do you guys practice? Like, do you guys, what do you guys, schedule practices? I don't know, I've never done that before. Club finals kind of sounds pretty neat. So World of Chara isn't getting a massive change, but some long requested features are being included. First of all 4 modes of 1s, 3s, drop-ins, and club will all have separate ranked leaderboards and progression, so I think that's pretty cool. It says here you will earn personalized rewards for every rank in these modes, and a new progression tracker screen will show you how close you are to each rank and tier. Your rank icons will appear in the intros after goals and in post-game, so you'll really be able to show off your accomplishments. And at season's end, you collect your rewards in any of the modes that you were ranked in. So I wonder if that means that you're not just going to get bags after every game necessarily, but like at the end of the season is where you collect all your awards and you collect all your bags, and that's when you open them. So that'll be something to see how they've done that. New for EASHL fans is Club Finals, a way to have the ultimate bragging rights by earning titles for each season. The last 2 weeks of each ranked season are dubbed the EASHL Club Finals, where clubs of 3v3 or 6v6 are seeded into 5 different cups: Rookie, Pro, All-Star, Superstar, and Elite. If you win the cup, you get a bevy of rare rewards and a championship banner. Yes, that's right. They're back to hang in your custom ESHL arena. So I'm quite excited about that. And again, the next big thing, practice mode. Fans have long requested ways to practice with the created characters for ESHL. Now you can free skate to test out your loadout and traits before a game. You can also practice with your teammates in 2 different ways. An open practice mode lets you test your passing and shooting against a goalie, AI or human control. But the biggest addition is scrimmage mode, which puts you in an actual game situation and lets you cooperate against an AI team at difficulty level of your choice. So basically, if you want to go and take your team and put it on easy mode and go spank them 20-0, they're giving you that option. You can also now select your server manually, so you can pick what's best for your network performance, which is huge. So say you got a team and you're facing off a team against, you know, Scandinavia, you guys won't be lagging out. Another widely requested feature, the ability to report toxic players while playing the game, is finally there. Now I think that's pretty huge for the NHL community, so I like that right there. Before you had to go to a website to do so, but now there is a report content button right in the menu. For all you guys out there who want to be, you know, those guys that have those like horrible team names, like, good luck. So the big part here is franchise mode gets a trade deadline frenzy minigame. So for you franchise mode creators like me, this is big for us. Franchise mode is getting a fun new minigame to capitalize on the chaos that comes with trade deadline day. GMs are extremely busy in this period, deciding whether to be sellers, buyers, or trying to finagle the best deals for their clubs. It's always felt like franchise mode never be able to recreate this, but there's hope with NHL 21. You guys know what the current franchise or the current trade deadline day, it doesn't make any sense. We get to trade deadline day, and you literally have all the time in the world to make trades and whatever, and it's like you have first dibs at trades rather than any other trade. So I hope with this trade deadline day minigame that at the same time other teams are making deals, like say you're in a trade screen and like say you're trying to trade for, I don't know, Nathan McKinnon, and you know, not saying it would happen. Well, that would be crazy if Colorado were to trade Nathan McKinnon, but it is EA, so you never know. But imagine doing that and another team comes in and makes a better deal while you're trying to make the deal for McKinnon, and that trade's gone, and you get a prompt saying, sorry, this player has just been traded to so-and-so. So I hope something like that is at least happening in this minigame. Now, leading up to the trade deadline, you'll get reports of what players may be on the block. So you're going to get reports of what players are on the block, and you may want to scout. And when the day hits on the calendar, it becomes a minigame from 6 a.m. until days close. So yeah, we're probably going to get some sort of counter, like a counter or a clock saying, like, right at 6 a.m. you have this much time to do trade deadline day, kind of like how FIFA does. So I can't wait for franchise mode to get this overhaul. I hope they do some other things, some minor tweaking around. So I really hope that franchise mode is a little better for us, especially for us franchise creators out there who does do the stuff like GM mode commentary series. We have something really interesting to put in our video, so I'm excited for that. So that's basically it with the main core features that they kind of released for NHL 21. Again, I'm sure we're going to get a NHL 21 features video at some point whenever it does come out, like a trailer or some more in-depth details of what this game is going to be about. But so far, I think NHL 21 does look like a pretty good game, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to be picking that game up 100% to do some more GM mode commentary series. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you are checking out my GM mode commentary series right now with Seattle at the time that I'm doing this video. I'll be doing one right after that. Hopefully I can get Seattle's one done before the next game, so I can do at least one more before NHL 21, and then we can jump right into NHL 21 when that comes around to do some more GM mode commentary stuff. So that's going to do it for me, guys. See you next time. Make sure you're checking out my GM mode commentary videos. Take it easy.